Good evening, my friends. Let's talk about something that could change your life forever: the mindset of champions. Champions are not born, they're made. They're forged through discipline, persistence, and a mindset that never settles for less than the best. You see, the difference between a champion and someone who falls short isn't always talent. It's mindset. Success begins with the right mindset. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. No matter what your circumstances are, the way you think about yourself and the world around you can be the deciding factor between success and failure. A person's mindset can either propel them forward or hold them back. Champions understand that their thoughts dictate their actions, and their actions lead to results. A positive, resilient mind set is crucial for overcoming the obstacles and setbacks that are inevitable on any journey towards success. When you adopt a champion's mindset, you start to see challenges not as insurmountable problems, but as opportunities for growth and learning. It's not about avoiding difficulties, it's about how you approach them. Champions don't get discouraged when things get tough. Instead, they say, "This is just part of the process." They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who gives up often comes down to how they choose to interpret and respond to challenges. A key element of this mindset is belief in oneself. Champions believe in their abilities, even when external circumstances might suggest otherwise. They know that success doesn't come overnight, and they trust that their consistent efforts will pay off in time. This belief isn't just about feeling good. It's about having the confidence to take action, even when you don't have all the answers or the perfect plan in place. A champion doesn't wait for the perfect moment. They make the moment work for them. They don't look for reasons to quit. Instead, they look for reasons to keep going. The power of mindset also lies in its ability to shape our perception of failure. Everyone fails at some point, but champions view failure not as something to fear, but as a necessary stepping stone to success. When they fail, they don't see it as the end of the road, they see it as feedback. A champion's mindset allows them to take a setback, learn from it, and then use that experience to move forward with even more knowledge and determination. They understand that failure is not an indication of their worth, but a part of the process of becoming the best version of themselves. Another aspect of a champion's mindset is the understanding that success is a long-term commitment. Champions don't expect things to happen quickly, and they don't get discouraged by slow progress. They know that success comes to those who are willing to put in the hard work, day in and day out, regardless of the immediate results. This kind of thinking requires patience, discipline, and a focus on the bigger picture. By keeping their eyes on the long-term goal and refusing to get sidetracked by temporary setbacks, champions stay motivated and stay on track toward their dreams. Ultimately, the power of mindset comes down to the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Champions don't allow negativity, doubt, or fear to control them. They choose to believe in themselves and take consistent action, even when the road ahead is unclear. They understand that their mindset is the key to unlocking their potential, and they make the conscious decision every day to nurture and develop it. The mind is incredibly powerful, and when you train it to believe in possibilities, resilience, and growth, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Adversity is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it determines our success and growth. For champions, adversity is not seen as a barrier, but as an opportunity to strengthen their resolve, deepen their wisdom, and improve their skills. While many people view setbacks as roadblocks, champions recognize that challenges are an essential part of the journey to greatness. They understand that each obstacle is an opportunity in disguise, an opportunity to learn, adapt, and push forward. When life throws challenges our way, the natural human tendency is often to feel frustrated, discouraged, or defeated. But champions have a different perspective. They do not ask why me. When things go wrong, instead they ask, what can I learn from this? They approach adversity with curiosity and openness, seeking lessons that will help them grow. They know that pain and difficulty are temporary, but the wisdom gained from overcoming challenges lasts forever. Think about some of the greatest successes in history. Many of them were born from adversity. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb, but he saw each failure as a valuable lesson, not a reason to quit. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Yet, instead of allowing this rejection to define him, he used it as fuel to work harder and become the best. These champions didn't let their struggles define their potential. They used adversity as a stepping stone to achieve greatness. One of the key aspects of embracing adversity is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go as planned. A champion's resilience is built through experience. It's a muscle that gets stronger each time it's tested. When faced with challenges, a champion doesn't give up or turn away. They lean into the discomfort and push forward, trusting that their efforts will pay off in the long run. They know that without adversity, there would be no growth. The pain of a challenge is temporary, but the growth that comes from overcoming it lasts a lifetime. Adversity also provides champions with an opportunity to develop new skills. Every obstacle offers a lesson that, when embraced, can expand our abilities. Perhaps a setback forces someone to develop problem-solving skills, or maybe it teaches them the importance of perseverance. Whatever the challenge may be, there is always a skill or insight that can be gained. Champions view every challenge as a chance to improve and refine their approach. They don't shy away from difficulties. They embrace them as essential experiences that contribute to their ongoing development. Moreover, challenges often push us outside our comfort zones, which is where true growth happens. When everything is easy and smooth, there is little incentive to grow. But when faced with adversity, we are forced to stretch our limits, think creatively, and adapt. Champions are not afraid of discomfort or failure. They see these as opportunities to expand their horizons and discover new strengths within themselves. It is through adversity that they unlock their fullest potential. In the end, the mindset of a champion is not to avoid challenges, but to embrace them as stepping stones on the path to success. They understand that no journey is without its struggles, and they don't let those struggles derail them. Instead, they turn adversity into an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. By approaching adversity with this mindset, champions not only overcome obstacles, they rise above them, using each challenge as a stepping stone to greater heights. This is what separates the truly successful from the average. The ability to turn life's difficulties into opportunities for advancement success is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Relentless persistence, rather than perfection, is what separates the successful from those who give up along the way. Perfection is often an illusion. We are all human, and mistakes are part of the process. However, what truly matters is how we respond to those mistakes. Champions understand that success is not a result of flawless execution, but rather the result of consistently showing up, working hard, and learning from every misstep. When you focus on achieving perfection, you may become paralyzed by fear of failure. The desire to get everything right can lead to procrastination, self-doubt, and inaction. Perfectionists may become so fixated on getting every detail right that they delay taking action, missing out on opportunities for progress. Champions, on the other hand, know that it's not about getting everything perfect. It's about making progress every day, even if it's just a small step forward. They understand that the journey is just as important as the destination, and they are committed to making consistent efforts, no matter how imperfect they may be. Relentless persistence means continuing to push forward, even when things aren't going perfectly. It's about having the discipline to keep going when the initial excitement starts to wear off, when setbacks happen, and when the road gets tough. Champions embrace the process, knowing that success comes from what you do when no one is watching, when things aren't going smoothly. It's in those moments of difficulty where true growth happens. Champions don't give up because things get hard. They keep going because they know that persistence is the key to unlocking their potential. Perfectionism can also prevent you from learning and growing. When you're overly focused on getting everything right, you might miss the valuable lessons that come from trial and error. Mistakes are often the most effective teachers. Champions recognize that they don't have to be perfect to succeed. They are willing to take risks, make mistakes, and adjust their approach along the way. By staying persistent, they learn from every failure and use it as a stepping stone toward success. It's this constant process of learning and adapting that ultimately leads to mastery. Moreover, relentless persistence breeds resilience. Each time you encounter a setback and choose to keep going, you build mental strength. This resilience becomes your foundation for future success. Champions know that the more they push through adversity, the stronger they become. It's not the absence of failure that makes them champions, but their refusal to let failure define them. They rise every time they fall, armed with the lessons from their previous attempts. In fact, some of the most successful people in history were not perfectionists. They were relentless in their pursuit of their goals. They failed, learned from those failures, and kept moving forward. They understood that success wasn't about avoiding mistakes, but about having the courage to keep going despite them. Relentless persistence is the muscle that grows stronger with use, while perfectionism often keeps us stuck in one place, afraid to move for fear of making a mistake. The pursuit of perfection can be a trap. It can hold you back from making progress and lead to unnecessary stress and frustration. But relentless persistence allows you to move forward, adapt, and improve. Champions focus on progress, not perfection. They take action every day, regardless of how imperfect their efforts may seem. It's the combination of persistence, learning from mistakes, and embracing the journey that ultimately leads to greatness. Success is built not on perfection, but on the consistent, relentless effort to keep moving forward, no matter what. Self-investment is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life. It's the understanding that the most valuable asset you have is yourself, and that investing time, energy, and resources into your personal growth is the key to unlocking your potential. Many people spend their lives investing in material possessions, careers, or the success of others, but the greatest returns come from investing in your own mind, body, and spirit. Champions understand this fundamental truth. The best way to achieve success is by continually improving and developing oneself. Investing in yourself begins with education and knowledge. The world is constantly changing, and the skills and knowledge that were valuable yesterday might not be sufficient for tomorrow's challenges. Champions are lifelong learners. They read, study, and seek out new information that can enhance their abilities. They understand that knowledge is power, and that learning is an ongoing process. By investing in expanding their knowledge and acquiring new skills, they not only enhance their potential, but also position themselves to seize opportunities that others might overlook. But self-investment doesn't just mean intellectual growth. It's about taking care of your physical health as well. A healthy body is crucial to achieving success, as it provides the energy and vitality needed to perform at your best. Champions understand that their physical well-being directly impacts their mental clarity and emotional resilience. They prioritize exercise, nutrition, and rest because they know that without a healthy body, it's difficult to perform at your highest level. Investing in your physical health ensures that you have the stamina and strength to pursue your goals relentlessly, even in the face of challenges. Emotional and mental well-being are just as important as physical health. Self-investment means taking the time to nurture your emotional health, practice self-care, and develop mental resilience. Champions recognize the power of a strong, focused mindset. They know that their thoughts and beliefs shape their reality, so they work to cultivate a mindset of positivity, gratitude, and determination. They invest in practices like meditation, journaling, and mindfulness to strengthen their emotional intelligence and build mental clarity. By doing so, they are better equipped to handle stress, setbacks, and the inevitable obstacles that come with any journey to success. Self-investment also requires time management and discipline. In order to achieve your goals, you must be willing to dedicate time to personal growth and improvement. This may mean sacrificing short-term pleasures in favor of long-term rewards. Champions understand that success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of deliberate effort and consistent action over time. They set aside time each day to work on themselves, whether it's through learning, exercising, or practicing their craft. By prioritizing their goals and dedicating time to self-improvement, they ensure that they are always moving closer to their dreams. Another important aspect of self-investment is surrounding yourself with the right people. Champions know that the people you associate with have a significant impact on your success. They seek out mentors, coaches, and like-minded individuals who inspire and challenge them to be their best. By investing in relationships with people who support their growth and encourage their progress, they create an environment that fosters success. These relationships provide valuable insights, feedback, and motivation that help them stay on track toward their goals. Ultimately, self-investment is about realizing that you are your greatest asset. When you invest in yourself, you increase your ability to achieve your goals, overcome challenges, and create the life you desire. Champions don't wait for others to invest in them. They take control of their own development. They know that by continually improving themselves, they are positioning themselves for lasting success. Self-investment is not a one-time decision, but a lifelong commitment. The more you invest in yourself, the more you enhance your value and potential, ensuring that you are always growing, evolving, and achieving at the highest level. Taking action and ownership are two of the most important qualities of a champion. It's not enough to have dreams, ideas, or goals. What truly matters is the ability to take concrete steps toward achieving them. Without action, potential remains untapped, and even the best ideas can remain stuck in the realm of what-ifs. Champions don't wait for the right moment, the perfect conditions, or for someone else to make things happen. They take full responsibility for their journey and take action, regardless of the challenges or uncertainties in front of them. Taking action means deciding that you are no longer willing to stay where you are. It's about committing to progress, no matter how small each step may seem. Many people allow fear, doubt, or external circumstances to prevent them from acting. They may overthink, plan endlessly, or look for perfect solutions that never come. Champions, however, understand that action is the key to momentum. They know that taking imperfect action is better than taking no action at all. It's through action that they begin to learn, adapt, and adjust their approach as needed. Every step forward, no matter how small, moves them closer to their goal. Ownership goes hand in hand with taking action. Ownership means taking full responsibility for your life, your choices, and your results. Champions don't blame others or external circumstances for their setbacks. They understand that they have the power to shape their own destiny, regardless of what's happening around them. When they face challenges or obstacles, they take ownership of the situation by asking themselves, "What can I do about this?" rather than focusing on what went wrong or who's to blame. They recognize that success and failure are both part of the journey, and both are the result of their decisions and actions. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for permission. You stop hoping that someone will come along and hand you success or give you the opportunity you've been waiting for. Champions create their own opportunities. They see possibilities where others see problems, and they act on those possibilities without hesitation. By taking ownership of your actions, you take control of your life. You are no longer a passive observer of your circumstances. You become an active participant in shaping your future. Taking action and ownership also means embracing accountability. Champions hold themselves accountable for their progress and results. They don't make excuses, and they don't blame others for their shortcomings. If they fall short of their goals, they don't shy away from admitting it. Instead, they look at what they can learn from the situation and how they can do better next time. Ownership means being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, and using that awareness to improve. By holding themselves accountable, champions stay motivated and focused on their path to success. Moreover, taking ownership of your actions means committing to consistency. It's easy to take action once or twice, but champions understand that real success comes from consistent, focused effort over time. They don't expect immediate results, and they're willing to do the work day in and day out, even when they don't feel like it. By consistently taking action, they create momentum that propels them forward, regardless of the obstacles they may encounter. They know that success isn't an event, it's a process that requires continuous effort and dedication. In the end, taking action and ownership is what separates those who dream of success from those who actually achieve it. Dreams and ideas are important, but they are meaningless without action. Champions don't wait for things to happen, they make things happen. They take ownership of their decisions, their growth, and their results. By committing to action and embracing responsibility for their own journey, they create the path to success, and nothing can stand in their way as we come to the end of this journey. I want to leave you with one final thought. The power to change your life is in your hands. It's not in the hands of the economy, your circumstances, or the opinions of others. The power lies within you in your mindset, your actions, your relentless persistence, and your willingness to invest in yourself. Champions are made by the choices they make, not by the circumstances they face. So, what will you choose today? Will you choose to take ownership of your life and take the actions that will lead you to your dreams? Will you decide to persist, even when things get tough, and keep moving forward despite the challenges? Will you invest in yourself and develop the skills, mindset, and resilience needed to succeed? Remember, success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating your own moment. It's about showing up, being consistent, and never giving up, no matter how difficult the road may seem. Champions don't wait for the stars to align. They take the stars into their own hands and build their own path to greatness. The journey won't be easy, but every step you take brings you closer to the person you were always meant to be. So go out there and be the champion of your own life. Take action, stay persistent, invest in yourself. And always remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Thank you.